Obstacles in life provide us with two options. You can either quit or you can keep pushing. However, the only way to reach your full potential and become successful is to fight through adversity. For Angela Keough, it seems like her perseverance has paid off quite well, but it was not always easy to keep going. Many difficult situations were placed before her. One of the toughest hurdles for her was starting a family at a young age. She found out she was pregnant with her first child when she was 19. She then had 2 more kids in the following 29 months, but the biggest challenge was her husband.
My husband at the time was becoming very abusive. He was into drugs a lot, and he did, threaten to take my life. And I had 3 small children at home at the time, and I knew that I didn't want them to grow up in that environment. So I left. Me and my 3 children went to a shelter, and then I found out I was pregnant when I was in the shelter with my 4th child.
Asking for help is never an easy thing to do, but she found the courage to do just that. Family played an important role in getting her the help she needed.
Family was very helpful with my kind of like my decision making. Sometimes it takes a little extra help to decide that's what you really need to do, because some people don't know where to turn or where to go.
Facing all of these challenges, she did not quit. She got out of the abusive marriage and began a new journey. Shortly after leaving the shelter, she started her schooling to become a nurse, graduating from Northeast with an Associate of Arts degree in pre-professional nursing. During this time, she met her second husband, who would play a vital role in raising the kids and helping along the way. Though that marriage had its good moments, it also had its bad ones and ultimately ended up in divorce as well. Through all of this, she still kept educating herself and graduated from Central Community College with a diploma in nursing. With her journey beginning at a very low point, she had worked her way all the way to the administrator position at Prairie View Assisted Living in Tilden, Nebraska.
And I was only making $5,000 a year. And then in 2015-16 year, I was up to making $50,000. So I'm grateful.
Battling through all the adversity early in her life and coming out on top led to her receiving the 2016 National Success Story by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services Office of Family Assistance.
I was chosen amongst, I do believe, 200 applicants to be chosen to go to Washington, D.C. to share my story.
Today, Angela is happily married and lives in Omaha. She currently works for one of the most successful orthopedic surgeons in the region. A success story from a survivor of domestic violence, a once single mother of 4, and a true image of perseverance.
When you think of moving, thoughts of stress and anxiety may swirl through your mind. For that, one couple tries to bring peace of mind to others. Lee and Kristen Saltzgaber are owners of the Heartland Moving Company. Blink while you're on I-80 and you might miss it. It all came together while having the job in college at UNK.
I did it through college. I got my teaching degree and didn't want to teach when I was done with it. So since I did it through college, I did it for a few more years, and the owners there, they helped me get started with my own business.
Things came quick for the two, making the move to Lincoln.
We left 2 paying jobs in Kearney and moved to Lincoln, and then within, 3 months, hey, let's start a family, and so we just jumped all in and changed our lives completely, but it's been great.
With doing cross-country moving comes the people that they meet, ranging from football players and big business people to anyone who needs help. For them both, it boiled down to one thing and why they do what they do. It's the people.
We just there's not many businesses that you actually get to work, intimately with people in their surroundings, in their house, and they hire us, but they invite you into their house, and you have access to all their stuff, and you're able to serve and work with others.
With this comes where you get to go. Whether north, south, east, or west, they both have been able to travel the country.
Tell about our first move out to California, where we got delivered.
We delivered out and we were surrounded by orange. It was an orange
Grove.
grove.
It was actually an orange
We went out and
grove.
just picked oranges off the tree before we left and brought them back in the semi. Parked in Vegas on the way home on the strip and went there for a night. It was great.
When they're not making moves, the two live a simple life outside of Lincoln with their daughters Ariel and Jasmine. With so many things that are going on, people always have come first.
It's something where you get to see so many things. You know, there's funny stories we could tell that probably wouldn't be totally appropriate for anything like this, because you're in with people and their stuff, but also, you know, it's like I said, it's just serving people.
Whether it's tending to the chickens at home or moving something cross country, the Saltscapers put love into everything they do.
The best part of the screenwriting pre-production process for me was kind of just thinking of the ideas. You know, I live for those kind of eureka moments where you just, oh, aha, I know what I need to do for this. And so kind of seeing the story progress and change and keep getting better the more ideas and building off of that has been the best thing.
Just the creativity it takes to create a story like this. All the little tiny aspects individually, it sounds kind of wacko, but together it's like really molded into a nice story.
The worst part of the pre-production screenwriting process was kind of just when you're stuck and you don't know where you want to go with it. You want it to be so much better, but you just don't have the ideas yet. And so you know what it can be, but you don't know what to do with it yet. So you just have, you know, the building blocks, but no plan. So that was the worst part of the screenwriting process. But the best part, obviously, was when you build those Legos and you make something awesome out of it, and then you work with what you have and make a really good movie out of it.
The worst part of pre-production was just getting my story to go from one part to another. I was missing a middle chunk and I wasn't quite sure how to get it. But then the best part about the pre-production probably would be getting all the props and just seeing like the little individual trinkets and things that will go into making this story feel real. With this movie, I wanted to emphasize that success is really what you make of it. It's not what anybody else says it has to be.
I think what I wanted to do with the movie was have something that people can just laugh at and people can enjoy and, you know, kind of push the boundaries of, you know, what film can achieve and get creative with it.
Getting set ready, that would be my favorite part. Just, you know, immersing ourselves in this new world. The hardest part, probably time management. I'm sure we goofed off way too much.
We found this old popcorn
Found footage
in that cover that's probably been there since the 18th century. Yum.
Tasty.
It doesn't even move.
What I learned is that it's very important to be prepared to know what you want in your film, to know how you're going to film it, and to just kind of don't settle for a shot that you don't like. If you don't like it, do it again, you know? That's what I've learned.
It was a really great test of my skills, just doing all aspects of the movie making process, and yeah, it was just a really exciting thing to do.
Challenges that I had to overcome were film problems. You know, there's always a problem whenever it's making a movie. There's gonna be one. And so I had some problems with the shots, and I had to do some redos, and, you know, scheduling, getting stuff done on time was pretty difficult, but, you know, it still happened.
The hardest thing I would say would be scheduling my actors and then editing. Just like getting all the colors to look right.
In the production process, the worst part was getting actors together, scheduling, all that nitty-gritty stuff nobody wants to deal with. The best part, obviously, was getting all my shots done and seeing these ideas in my head in reality, you know? Just seeing them come to life.
Seeing it finalized and just having it done was probably my favorite. Nervous to see what the audience thinks is the worst.
The post-production process, the worst part was all the hours you have to spend sitting in a room. You know, you can't make editing a short process. Even though I wish you could, that would be the worst part, is just the amount of time it takes. But the best part is seeing all your ideas finally out there and they're real and the movie's done and you can watch it and enjoy it, and it's all the work that goes into it is so worth it when you see the final product. What I will take away from this experience is check your shots before you leave your location. But that's not the only thing. What I'll take away is just a good short film experience, you know, getting to make a film that's all my own, that's not for necessarily a competition or has a time limit. And I just, you know, got to put my heart and soul into this movie.
The most rewarding thing for me for completing the capstone has been just seeing what the little steps lead up to this final product and just seeing everything coming to conclusion and seeing it on the big screen.
Almost threw it at myself. Okay.
Hey, my name is Jackson Keough. You may also know me as Lizard Lava, or the Shaker King, or the 69 Shakers guy, or the Gfuel merch guy. And this is how I was able to make it into a PewDiePie video. I started watching PewDiePie's videos about 8 years ago. It was 2013. I was looking for a specific video game to watch on YouTube, and his was the first video to come up. And ever since then, I was pretty much watching his videos every day since 2013. And he's just been a pretty big part of my YouTube adventure. One of my favorite parts of the day is watching his video. A couple of years ago, maybe 2018, is when I really started to buy his merchandise. I saw a couple designs that I really liked, and I actually had a job at the time. Prior to that, I was not able to buy any merch because I didn't have a job. I was still doing school, going through school, and so I started acquiring a few pieces of merch, and I really liked the designs that he was putting out, so I kept buying more and more because I wear hoodies, I wear shirts, but I just really liked the merchandise that he was putting out, and I bought a fair amount of hoodies and shirts. I think the most that I ever had was around 30 pieces of merch, from hoodies, shirts, sweatpants, Gfuel shakers, there was a Pew News mug, there's a couple hats. I think altogether it was around 30 pieces of merch. My bank account didn't really like that, but I kept buying them anyway because I did like it.
I decided to take a picture of me wearing all of the merch that I had acquired at the time, which was around 15 shirts and hoodies. I put it on all at the same time. I was like this big marshmallow, and I put all the merch that wasn't clothing on the desk and took a picture of it. And I didn't really think anything of it at the time when I posted it. I went to sleep and I woke up and it was at like 10,000 upvotes on Reddit. And I was freaking out because I had never been in a PewDiePie video before. I've always wanted to be in a PewDiePie video. I've seen all the Lawai videos that he's made, and I just thought it was really, really exciting. And throughout the rest of the day, it had grown to about 24,000 upvotes, and that's where it peaked out. It was 24,000, and it was great. And that's the first post that ever made it in a Lawai video. So after that, the only reason I continued was because he said he has 2 shakers. That's more than I have. That's illegal. And that's the idea. That's where it started. I was like, I'm gonna get more Gfuel shakers. I'm just gonna keep buying them. So the next post was with 4 Gfuel shakers. And I posted it, sitting at my desk, looking serious at the camera, and I posted it, and within a few hours, it was just rising to the top. So I was like, this is great. So it made it into the next video. And he made a similar reaction where he thought it was hilarious. And so that's when I decided I gotta do this. I gotta keep buying, and I gotta eventually get like 69 of them. Which the next post, it was 10, and then 20, and then I finally made it up to 69 of these Gfuel shakers. And that's the most of shakers I've ever had. People were commenting like, oh man, you should give these away. This is so funny. You know, they were saying I was like the biggest mad lad, such a Chad move. And it was really great. And finally, when PewDiePie reacted to that, I was like ecstatic.
69. Well done.
That's so dumb.
And so he reacted to the Shakers post, and in that post, I had stated that if he let me host meme review, I would give all the Shakers away. And prior to me posting that, I had already known I was gonna give them away. I didn't need them personally, and I felt like giving back to the PewDiePie community with all the other 19-year-olds at the time. And so I'd pick out random people from the comments and send them a message saying like, hey, you know, send me your shipping address. I'm gonna send you one of these shakers. And I got like a bunch of different people from all across the world. Half of them were in the US and half of them were places that I would think that I could send the shaker, but later I found out that I couldn't. But he reacted to it and he said I could host meme review, but he never contacted me about it or anything like that. And so I was pretty upset. But I felt wrong asking to host meme review because all the other people that have been featured on meme review never asked. They were just invited. So I kind of retracted my original offer and just gave them away anyway. So the shakers, they have been given away. Half of them were given away to the people in the US. The other half I was not able to send because they were international. There's a lot more things you have to do to send something across, you know, the world. So currently, half of them in the possession of the 19-year-olds that I said that I would give them to. So after that post of the 69 shakers, a lot has happened. A full year has passed, if not more. After the video uploaded, I waited a couple days waiting for Felix to reach out to me and say that I can host meme review and get that all set up, and he never did. So I decided to reach out to his editor, which is Sive. And he actually replied after a couple days and said that he wanted to do a video with me. And I thought that was, you know, that was awesome. I get to be in a video with his editor, and I get to be in a potential video with him, with PewDiePie. So after I think a month had passed, I was finally in a video with his editor, and it was really fun. I like talking to him. He's a great guy, and it went really well. My YouTube channel at the time was at like 250 subscribers, and after I was in that video with Sive, it went up to like 2,500 subscribers. And I've always wanted to start a YouTube channel and really get into that, and so it was a really good boost that helped my channel a lot, and it was great. And after that, things died down and nothing really happened for a really long time. I got rid of most of my merch, I got rid of all the shakers, And I just lived life, you know, made YouTube videos and went about my day, still watching PewDiePie videos. And then I actually met my now fiance. She was my girlfriend at the time, and I decided, hey, I want to marry her. So I decided the way I was going to get engaged was to post a picture of me holding the ring, asking Hannah, will you marry me, in the PewDiePie subreddit. And I really hoped it would work, and it actually did. I was in a PewDiePie video again, and it was great. And the next week, I watched the video with Hannah, and she said yes, so it's great. But I watched the video, and he reacted to my meme. I took a video of the proposal and posted that, and it also got into Lawai again. And then after that, finally, after a year, PewDiePie reached out to me and asked if I wanted to be in a video. So a month goes by, we get on Discord, and he calls me, and we have a great 10-minute conversation about what happened, why I did it, how I did it, and I had finally talked to PewDiePie, and I also gained about like 20,000, 30,000 subscribers from that, which now I'm doing YouTube more seriously, and I'm making more gaming videos and some Gfuel baking videos where I make things like bread, throw Gfuel in it. It's really fun. I've upgraded my setup from what it was, and it's been really fun, and I love the community that I've built around this 69 Shakers, and I'm just so excited and so happy to be like around for all this, and it's overall been really great talking to PewDiePie and getting the Shakers, getting the merch, and yeah. I think for the next thing that I'm gonna do is not to do anything. I've really met my peak. I've talked to PewDiePie myself in a call, and I've been in a video of his multiple times, and I have a great YouTube community watching my videos. And I think, you know, now that I'm getting married, I really just gonna live my life making YouTube videos and always watching PewDiePie videos every day. I think that's what it's gonna stick as. And also buying Gfuel, because I buy every single flavor that they release. It's not an addiction, it's a hobby.
I always had a lot of buddies that would play. Played it in high school. I grew up in Columbus, and there was, you know, a nice disc golf course at the park there at Pawnee. They started introducing more of them and more of them. A lot of college campuses have them. I know CCC in Columbus. So I just kind of picked up on a couple of friends, college friends, and they've been around everywhere. So being introduced to it through some friends and everything like that, at the end of the day, it's kind of nice because all you got to do is throw a frisbee, and everybody's throwing a frisbee, but there's a lot of different ways that you can throw it. You can throw backhand, there's forehand. I, for instance, am pretty much always backhand, and I don't throw very well forehand. There's a lot of different discs that you can utilize and everything like that are supposed to do different things. I consider myself more of a novice, so it is difficult for me to get everything to do exactly what I want. And there's always a bunch of different factors, winds and trees and, you know, just the layout of the course and everything like that. It's kind of fun to see how you do progress. If you play a hole one day or, you know, play the course one day, you can go out the next day and see if you actually performed better. Sometimes you don't. You learn a lot more about how you throw and what you're comfortable with, and how some of the discs that you use actually react in certain situations, whether you're throwing it forehand or backhand or doing anything like that. So it's always something that you can always critique yourself on and become better about, but also is just fun to go out and play. So if you wanted to get into disc golf or anything like that, at the end of the day, all you need is one disc. You know, something to be able to throw just to be able to play the course. They make a variety of different discs, such as, you know, you're gonna have a driver or a distance disc. They have some fairway or mid-range, and then there's, you know, short and approach, stuff like that. You can get them at most sports stores, or, you know, Walmart will carry them. They'll even carry, you know, a pack of 3 that'll give you a driver, a mid-range, and a putter. But at the end of the day, all you need is a disc. I enjoy going out with people. Some of those people that I go out with, yeah, they've been out by themselves, and it's still, you know, a nice thing to be outside on a, you know, nice day or something like that, enjoy nature. It is fun when you have some other people there too, and you can play teams and scrambles and everything like that. It's golfing, but everybody can do it because, you know, swinging a club can get hectic sometimes.